Alright, we are back with another day of some Geoguessr, and today is a good day, but more importantly, it's another day to have a privilege to use your login. Taiwan surely. South Taiwan. Login. Oh, what's this? UAE? Am I tripping? Croatia. Hey, listen, we have all been there. Okay, round 4. We are not going to choke it, guys, don't worry. Do you go Finland? Hello, camera? Focus. I'm so dumb. Round 4 bundle is real. India. Hope you enjoyed that extra Rainbolt content. Let's go back to the series. In this series, I will upload 3 challenge links in each video. They're in the description. You can play it first and come back to watch the video. I will explain my guess in every round in the first 2 games. Let's get into game 1. Okay, first here we have the Brazilian pole here. There are some section on it. A lot of time they're playing it white at the bottom. Can I see a phone code here? Unfortunately there is no area code. Okay, so we need to look at the dryness or landscape maybe. Yeah, I cannot find any area code. Feels a little bit dry and there is only one, but when I look at this tree here, you can see this tree, the leaves is pointing downwards. I think it's something near this city here, but can also be surrounding of it, and there's only one of them. I'm not sure if this is reliable because you can see this one is different. Just this one, you can see the leaves. I think you can also see it in like the state nearby, but I would say it's most common in this area. If it's here, yeah, it's more in it. It's in Rondonia. This is something I know from the Plunkett guide. So you can see here these trees, we just saw that with this characteristic. It's most common in the area I plonk, but you can also find them in Amazonas, and Rondonia is here. So you can see it's not fake, just these trees you can find in a lot of places. Let's go to round 2. The first thing I noticed is this stop sign here. You can find this in Quebec, and that post box is the Canadian post box. You can see the logo there, although it's a little bit far away. And if you can see the front of the car, we cannot see it. Quebec don't require a front license plate. In Canada, only Ontario, Manitoba and BC the required front plate, and cars they are everywhere, so it's quite useful. Yeah, with the arid sign, we are just in Quebec. And yeah, it's Quebec. Okay, next one here. Here is a darker back of the sign. Usually it's light gray. You can see this darker gray. So you can find in Italy, Albania and Romania, and this is Italy. Especially, although I cannot see the full sign, but from the shape of it, from the style of it, it's very Italian. Can we see any plate? Yeah, you can see that license plate is shorter than the usual European plate, and there are 2 blue strips, one on the left and one on the right. Very typical Italian plate. This is very flat, extremely flat. So I'm thinking where in Italy can be this flat. So I think this area is very flat, like this area. And there are also some random areas that could be flat. But I know this is one of the flattest area in Italy. I will try to send here. Okay, it's actually near Milan. Yeah, makes sense. You cannot see any mountains in this area. Round 4. Okay, where's this camera? So, yeah, this is the bad camera. I think this is like India. I think this black and white thing, although you can find in a lot of country, but I know India like to use that as well. Because of the like how mountainous this is, I'm thinking it could be like the north part of the country, like near Nepal, could be near Bhutan. Like this area, I think is quite mountainous. If you play Geoguessr, you know Bhutan is very mountainous. We have a big river to the west, so do I send like here? But I don't think this road is on the mountain. Okay, maybe something like this or that side. Okay, it's the other side, it's near the Nepal. When you see some big mountains in India, I think it's quite safe to go north. Round 5. I hope I don't mix up Finland and Sweden again. I think this is Finland. Of course, these red houses you can find in both countries, Sweden and Finland. I feel like this is Finland. There's no snow pole as well. Okay, that's actually a snow pole. I think that's the snow pole, and the reflector maybe on there. But anyway, I'm thinking like more Finland. It just look more like Finland, the trees. And the other thing is in Finland there are more Gen 2 coverage. You can see like this halo here, and there are like near 25% of Gen 2 coverage in Finland, but in Sweden Gen 2 coverage is very limited. I think it's just a few percent. With the camera, with the trees and the unpaved road, I would say this Finland. The trees, they are quite tall, so I will not consider too north. Okay, it's more south. Okay, that's the first game. It's not the best score, but I think we get some good clues. I talked about that tree, the arid sign there, and the Indian mountain gas. Now we will switch to game 2. Same format, but we are playing in AI generated world. Okay, we have a yellow sign here. This is white. The mountains for me look like Greece. That's actually a darker back of the sign. Single white line. In Greece, you usually find double white line. Of course, you can find white single line in Greece as well. But now I'm thinking this is not Greece because there, and when I look at this sign, they are not filled with yellow, like just one of it. Yeah, I think I've seen this car in Italy. Now I think about Italy, it's quite mountainous, but it doesn't look like the mountains in Alps. I would say more south. Here there are a lot of mountains. Okay, it's more to the south, but we get the country. Except the Alps mountains, I don't really know how the other mountains in Italy look like. In the area near Bari, you can sometimes see some rock walls around too. Okay, single yellow center line. We have the Indonesian pole. Driving on the left. I'm thinking like, I don't think it's Java. The trees doesn't look Java. There are lots of those trees. I'm thinking Sumatra or Sulawesi, but they are far away from each other. There's some water there. A lot of area in Sulawesi you can see water. Okay, it's Sumatra. Unfortunately, we cannot get any like architecture. I think in the Lampang area you can see some tile roof which can help you to not going Sulawesi. I think that's a more landscape or tree guessing. We don't really have some infrastructure like the houses or the poles that can help you about the region guess. Round 3. First thing I noticed is this pole here. You can find in Baltic country, Russia and Ukraine. This is very mountainous. You will not be in Baltics. And I think this Russia where you can get those mountains. We have this black car, so it makes sense for Russia. Is this east or west? Because the mountains, I'm thinking like the south part. There are quite a lot of mountains near the Georgia border. I think the black car you can find in there. But my other concern is the east part of the country. There are also black car and mountains. Other area you can find the black car, I think it's near Moscow and near the Mongolia border. But I don't think it feels like there is too mountainous for there. And this pole let me think of more near Europe, so I think I just stay near the Georgia border. Let's see if it is here. Yeah, it is this side of the country. Maybe I can go more west, but that's a fine Russia region guess. Round 4. We have this pole. Let's look at the sign. This pole you can find in Spain and France, the leather pole, but you cannot look through it. Okay, is that a yellow? Wait. On the license plate, we have the yellow on the right. This is exclusive in Portugal. The mountains look very Portuguese as well. It's very green, so I don't think it's the south of the country. I think it's more north and more near Spain. But this pole is kind of weird. It's more like a Spain style. That's why I also go more near the Spain border. Oh, that's why it's a little bit weird. It's actually an island. Yeah, we get the country straight because this is a Portuguese island. 2 cars with the Portuguese license plate. You need to send Portugal. I should spend some time learning the islands. They are small, but if you get to the mainland and your opponents go to the islands, you will lose a lot of points. And usually the islands, they will have a distinctive look. So if you can notice them, they are small, you guarantee will get a high score. Let's look at the last round here. So this bollard is more like a Slovenian bollard. It looks a little bit like Slovenia, Austria. Slovenia is a small country. I don't know how to region guess it, but I don't think it's like usually what we click, because like in here, a lot of time you are like in the forest. This place look quite open. So maybe I'm thinking more like this flatter area. I'm doing a little bit more humble guess, just guessing the middle. Okay, yeah, it's this area near the Croatia border. 17345, not the best score. Unlike yesterday, we got like 223k. But sometime in the games, you need to face your weakness, so you know what you can learn and improve. This thing you may find annoying is called captcha. It is invented by Louis van Aan. Interestingly, he is also the co-founder of one of the most well-known language learning apps, Duolingo. See you tomorrow.